Hey everybody, this is Mike Balzano, publisher with R&R, Restoration Remediation, and also the Experience Events. And this is Trade Talks, Unlocking the Experience, episode 11. We got a doozy of a guest today. I'm so excited about this gentleman. He is a consultant, a business owner, a blogger, a trainer. He's a naturalist. We'll talk about that in a little bit. A keynote speaker, of course, an outdoorsman, skilled photographer on the side, industry legend. You know what? He probably is the preeminent carpet cleaning, upholstery cleaning, and restoration services specialist in the world. He's Mr. Jim Pemberton. Thank you, Jim.
Oh, thank you, Mike. That's a very kind introduction.
It's funny. I'm known for these obnoxiously long introductions, but they're true. And especially for somebody like you, I could have went about 8 more deep if I felt like it, but thanks for taking the time.
Well, sure.
I'm not going to talk the whole time. I'm going to shut up in a second, but I want to open up with a quote, and you could guess who said this, but it's a good one. It was told to me last night. Jim is the person I respect most in this industry. What I've always admired and valued about him is that he personifies a heart-based business. Even before that became a term, he cares about all the people in the industry, from the owners and the technicians to the clients out in the field and the families and pets. Safety and safe solutions and practices are always paramount. He's the only one I ever hear address these issues regularly. To be sure, you are cleaning in a way that is safe for the textiles, for the people, and the planet. Take a wild guess who said that, or no?
I couldn't guess. No.
No, it's a recent guest of ours and a new good friend of mine, the rug chick herself, Lisa Wagner.
Lisa.
Lisa did. She was helping me with a lot of background, and she said, you could quote me on that. And today I said, I'm going to quote you, Lisa. And Lisa said, no, don't quote me. So we're too late. Too late. Well, anyway, just open up with I don't want to bury the lead. Jim, you're going to be one of the keynote speakers at our event in Chattanooga on early April, and we're so excited to have you.
Thank you. I'm happy to be there.
Let's for the 3 people who don't know, let's start back with your career, which is quite a career. Now, your father, Lee, who is a legend as well, he started a dry cleaning business in 1959, and I read
That's correct.
He already coined the term fine fabric care.
Yes, he did.
Could you elaborate on what specifically that means and what that meant to the industry?
Going back to the late 50s and 60s, when he had a dry cleaning plant and later a carpet and rug cleaning business and a restoration business, he separated what's just called upholstery cleaning into a term of fine fabric care, because he felt it was an approach to cleaning high value, high risk fabrics, from giving care instructions to the consumer to how the cleaner should clean them properly, remove stains, restore them if they're exposed to fire, water damage, all the way through fabric protection. And he saw fine fabric care as what he felt and feels, by the way, is a better term for what he pioneered and what I do.
That's interesting. And it really was something that, it seems to be kind of a pillar of what he's taken and you've carried on through the years as well. I noticed that Pemberton's, which you're probably best known for, arguably, was started in 1972. I've had a couple. Lisa Wagner actually was on, and her mom started a company, but she wanted to go into Russian studies and do other things, and kind of wound her way back. I was wondering, what was your story? Did you want to be in the family business, or just kind of felt like it was a passion? What led you there? What's the story behind that?
Well, frankly, in my young years and young teens, performing the various cleaning tasks that were involved in a rug plant, a carpet cleaning business, and a restoration business, it was just money till I could get out of the house and out of this business. Right. I had zero interest.
Yeah.
As I got into my later teens, though, I just became so interested in the technology of it. Back then, truck-mounted machines were just being introduced. New methods of cleaning upholstery and drapery were introduced. And frankly, I got to be on the experimental side when many of these tools and toys were invented, and I fell in love with them. So by the time I got out of school, I didn't go into the field I thought I would go into, and I stayed in the family business, and I have never regretted it. This is just an incredibly interesting industry with wonderful people in it, and I'm glad to be a part of it still.
Everybody I talked to on this, I've learned so much just from these 11 episodes, from learning to people who really are such experts. It's been great for me personally. And everybody I talked to, I ask, why'd you get in the industry? And they always always say, whether they're textile cleaners or restoration company, I wanted to help people. I felt like I wanted to help people, and we felt like there was a noble thing to do. And I think that's just beautiful. That's great. And I clearly you're no different. May I ask what you're thinking of getting into? Do you want to reveal that or no?
Oh, what I had wanted to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to get involved in zoology at some level, but I found another love, and then I allowed the natural world to be a good hobby for me. That it never became work for me. Maybe that's better.
I know, and my source, who I've already mentioned twice, mentioned that you're a naturalist and a great photographer and things like that, and maybe not specifically zoology, but you've got a good outdoorsy feel about that, right? You're still doing that, which is great. You got to feed your passion a little, right? I don't know.
That's right.
Now, advanced training, the Fabric Pro Specialist workshops is something I'm told you're very proud of, and I was hoping you could talk a little bit about that.
Since my father was involved in the very early stages of the ISCRC, and he remains a private shareholder and is still active to this day, so it was natural that I would progress into teaching certification courses, which I enjoyed teaching, but I always felt a little like I didn't do enough when it came to the hands-on part, yet I still wanted to do a good job with certification. And it was Lisa Wagner, and this is how we got to know each other, who had really recommended that I look at doing what my passion was, which is more of a hands-on type of program. And frankly, Mike, there are so many good instructors teaching the upholstery cleaning workshop for certification. I didn't need to be another. I wanted to do something different that would complement what they do, not compete with it at any level. But it's just sort of my thing that I've come to really enjoy doing. I like to be able to work with people one-on-one, small groups, and to help them along the way with sort of kinesthetic learning, hands-on, where they can touch and do and have a few days of practice and performing those tasks. So yeah, that's my favorite class to teach.
That's great. And you have so many spokes to the wheel you're doing too. I like that, Jim, a lot. I mean, a lot of people, it's not necessarily money based, but a lot of people talk about that with businesses. You want to have more streams of income. And not necessarily, again, I don't mean necessarily for income, but there's always something, I'm guessing, interesting and new you're learning. You're doing the training or teaching or this and that. I mean, am I kind of close or no?
In this field especially, I think a lot of trainers will understand what I say when you say that every class I learn something new for my students. And that's just a great opportunity to take their field experience and feedback and see if that's a good idea and research and try and learn so much as a part of it. So I'm learning all the time. And that's not lip service. That is really a wonderful feeling of continuing to grow by those experiences. Through the COVID shutdown, when I certainly couldn't teach hands-on courses, and I had a couple of years, I just used that time to do a lot of research and testing and really missed the training. But when I was able to get back to doing it again, I had this whole backlog of things that I had learned and tried and really enjoyed implementing into my training.
Did you, during the COVID time, did you do things like this? Did you implement a lot of Zoom and virtual now?
No.
Okay.
I couldn't find a way to touch through the screen. So no, I just was in the wilderness for a couple of years, and
I'm writing that down.
Just did the best I could to learn during that time. Yeah.
That's a great quote. I think a lot of people feel that way when they came out of that. It's what I learned. Most of us learned we need human contact. People need human contact. And man, that was sorely missing. What people and a computer and a bunch of lonely hours causes bad things to happen. I think about that too.
That's one of the reasons I'm excited about what you're doing with the experience is, we've learned to learn in a two-dimensional world, and with Zoom and social media and YouTube, and it's been of a great benefit. It's helped me. I've seen it help others, but there is nothing like face-to-face contact. There is nothing like an actual conversation, not just a typed response. There's nothing like sitting down, not just listening to a presentation, but being able to talk to the other attendees, to talk to exhibitors, to talk to trainers one-on-one. That's something that there's no substitute for. And I'm real proud to be a part of what you're doing with that.
It's been ingrained into my head. Thank you, by the way. It's been ingrained into my head that hands-on is the basis of the experience. And it wasn't named that way accidentally. And people don't come just to sit in a classroom and learn. That's part of it, but there's all sorts of things, especially this event, as opposed to the Las Vegas event in the fall. Las Vegas event, there's 3 days of straight traditional agenda. Here, there's the first and the third days of that, but the second day is more hands-on. It's all training and hands-on throughout
Right.
the day. In addition to the restoration pavilion, we formerly called the flood house, and the cleaning pavilion. And it's good. Thank you for pointing that out. And we're very proud of that too. I come from a sales background, and I just became a sales manager a few years ago. I used to say and tell my reps the same thing. Nothing bad ever came from making a call to a client. You may not get the sale, but you further the relationship, and you have a better chance. And it ties into what you were saying before. Just get out and see people and meet people and shake hands and learn. And I think that's great. I want to say one more thing about I had such fun studying you. I have to say this too. You had a philosophy, your personal philosophy is from a past interview with another magazine in our industry, which we like. You said working for a worthy reason, whether it is your own business, your personal responsibilities, or your community, is its own reward. And that's your personal philosophy you had mentioned to my friends at Clean Facts. I could say who it is. This isn't not trying to be cute about it, but I think that ties in with some of the things we were saying before. As long as you have the in front of you and what you're doing for the correct reasons, you can't lose, correct?
Well, that's why my father at 92 is on the other side of this door working on our online newsletter.
Right.
That's it. I mean, people say, how does he keep doing this at his age? And I said, well, it's because he keeps doing that he is this age. He's lived to 92 because he's had something important to do every day of his life.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And I know that he's probably not going to make it down to Chattanooga, but he'll be there in spirit for sure through you. And people are excited. I came from R&R is restoration indoctrinating we are indoctrinating cleaning into it rapidly since we acquired the experience. And but my wife was an 8-year sales rep for us. Now she's back again. I embarrassingly was not familiar with you because we were in the cleaning wing of this, and I've learned so much in just a few weeks and months. But every time she talks to somebody, she, hey, you got to come to the experience. Jim Pemberton's coming. You'd hear people. Jim, honest to God, it was like the Beatles were coming. I'm very excited. I'm not trying to embarrass you. It's like streaks and screams. Like, wow, I'm so happy we had Jim. So we're all excited about having you. You will be there. By the way, the event is going to be April 3rd to the 5th in Chattanooga at the Convention Center. Jim will be speaking on April 4th, which is Thursday, right at the end of fittingly, that workshop day we discussed a few minutes ago. So make plans to be there. Come to rnrmagonline.com for all registration, all that good stuff, and come and do it and have fun. Don't forget, the second we're having the Shaw tours, 75 people get to tour Shaw flooring. There's 65 seats left. We put them up for sale a few days ago. 10 are gone already. So get there and get that. So a little quick ad for that. What should people be surprised to know about you, Jim?
Well, I think you kind of gave it away, but on any given weekend or holiday, I won't be found within any walls. I'll be climbing a frozen waterfall or knee deep in a bog or on a cliffside looking for rattlesnakes or something like that. But I just enjoy challenging places of the outdoors with rare or unusual wildlife I can take pictures of or beautiful scenery. It's certainly great exercise, but mostly it's a way that I find peace.
That's great. That's wonderful. Where may I ask where you live right now these days?
I live in Western Pennsylvania, about a half an hour outside of Pittsburgh.
Oh, very nice. I'm from just over the border. You're well, just in name only rival. The Cleveland Browns are over there. And, and my wife grew up right near the border in Hubbard. So I know the area very, very well. That's great. That's why you're a good hard worker. I could tell. You get out there and get after it. Perfect. So when you were approached to come to why did you decide to accept the offer to keynote at our event?
Frankly, I couldn't tell Lisa Wagner no. She's been a great training partner to me and someone I deeply respect in the industry. But certainly it's because I saw what you wanted to do with the experience. I got this really long scroll down email from Lisa building the case. And when she explained how it was being done, it appealed to me. It appealed to me because of, the hands-on nature and the lineup of speakers that you have. I would go to hear the other presenters. I was just really impressed with the people you've gotten to go there. I think that whether someone's just in restoration or just in cleaning or both, there's something for them, for everybody there. My most important client is attending with his wife, and it's because of that. They have a large plant operation on location cleaning, but they have a whole restoration division. And I said, look, the two can split up and get it all. So that's just such a great opportunity that you've done there, and being able to see the mill, because flooring has changed so much right now, and to go and see the new flooring materials and see the manufacturing is something that should never be missed.
I can't put
so altogether that.
Yes, well, we're happy. Again, we're lucky to have you. I can't put words in the mouth of the former owner, but I know that he selected this spot because of Shaw, because we could do that. So
Yes.
Thank you for pointing that out. And about 20, 25 minutes away, if people want to take part in that, it's going to be all day. You're going to see 3 plants. There's going to be transportation and lunch and all that good stuff. And while you're there, the rest of the people will be back at the Chattanooga Convention Center seeing our friends, the Coys, and also Howard Partridge do some seminars that day too. And thanks for pointing that out, Jim. Before we had some great speakers in this event for years, and a lot of the legends. Les Cunningham's going to be there this time, and all sorts of people. And I talked to him. I said, look, maybe some people could take one off. Let's get some new people. And they got it. They weren't saying you're not good enough to speak. On the contrary, they're wonderful speakers. But we're trying to get a broader look at the experience, and led with you and Chuck Violand coming in right at the head of the class. So thank you for saying that. We're working very hard on this. I think humbly, the people who come to this event are going to be happy they came because of the content. Anything else we need to know about you, sir, or what we could get ready for as we head to Chattanooga, or any shameless promotions you'd like to do? I'm always up for that. You don't seem like that kind of guy.
Well, I will tell you this. The thing that I was most happy to be invited to do was to talk about my latest passion. This is what I spent the COVID years spending time looking at. That's the new relationship that people have with their pets. And the fact is, it's changed the cleaning industry, whether cleaners know it or not. And I have a feel for that. I have an approach that I want to talk to the cleaning companies about, and understanding how they'll deal with clients and how they feel about these family members that pets isn't even the right word for them anymore. They're 4-legged children, or children that never become teenagers in their mind. But it is changing the way cleaning is perceived, and cleaners need to recognize that it is not the 20th century. We're into the beginning of the second quarter of the 21st century. And looking at it that way, that's what I'm going to be talking about. And that's my new favorite subject outside of fine fabric care. And that's pets and people and cleaning.
The title of your session, the keynote, is going to be The Power of Pets, Elevating Your Technical Relationship Skills in Higher End Homes with Pets. So that's wonderful. And you're right. I remember talking to my wife about when she was a kid, the pets would be outside and in the garage. You just don't do that anymore. That's part of your family now, right?
Yeah, Snoopy's not on the doghouse, or the neighbors will call the police on you.
That's right. That's exactly right. Well, again, I want to thank the great Jim Pemberton for joining us today. Please make plans to attend the experience April 3rd through the 5th in lovely Chattanooga, Tennessee. You can register through our website, rnrmagonline.com. You can find this and all R&R videos and podcasts on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify. Please follow us if you haven't already, and feel free to leave a quick review. Also, please follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. A very special thank you to our guest, Jim Pemberton. This is Trade Talks, Unlocking the Experience. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you again next week.